Hello friends. So welcome back to my channel. In this session, we are going to see DML operations in PostgreSQL server. DML is nothing but a data manipulation language. Okay. So as usual, the agenda would be understanding DML operations and then a practical demo. So what are DML operations? DML operations are nothing but they are the commands to insert, update, delete the records from in a table in PostgreSQL server. So whenever you want to, insert, update or delete the records in a table, you can use these commands. Insert is used for inserting a record, update is used for updating a record, and delete is used for deleting a record. There is one more command called as an upsert, which is a combination of an insert, update, and delete. So basically, if record is not there, then it would insert. If it is there, then it would actually update it. Okay. So this was a very short description as a theoretical. There is nothing like theoretical. So I think let us move directly onto the environment. So this is my PostgreSQL environment. Let me create the tables first for you. So here I am creating three tables, a PG department, a PG designation, and a PG employee. So PG department contains department ID and department name. Designation contains same designation ID and designation name. And my employee contains employee ID, department ID, designation ID, and employee name. Okay. So what is what is the command? So let us start with insert. So first of all, so basically the basic structure goes as it is: insert into. So this is the basically a clause insert into. Then this is a table name. Okay. Then you need to list the column names in which you want to basically insert the values. Of course, without column name also it works, but as a best practice, it is always a good that you specify the column names. So because from the value clause, it will go on one mapping, right? And then a values clause, and then the actual values you want to insert. Okay, so here my first statement would be insert into PG department, then a column name, then a values clause, and then the values one, which so that one would be inserted into department ID and department word would be inserted into department name. Okay, so let me execute this command, right? And you can see inserted one record. Okay, let me move this. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So that everybody can see. And now if I query this table, select star from PG department. Okay. So let us query and let us see whether a record was inserted or not. You can see the record was inserted 1 and DEP1. Okay. Similarly, this is a second statement. Now you can see here we are actually inserting only single record, right? Then in PostgreSQL, there is a clause called a returning, and then you can specify either a column name or star. So what does this does is that whatever values you have inserted into the table, actually they would get displayed as a result set, so that one can know, okay, what we have inserted. So in this case, it only showed that inserted one record, but when you execute this statement with returning, right, it will actually show you what was inserted. So here we are inserting the value 2 and department 2. So let me execute this. And now you can see here 2 and DEPT2 basically. So only this record is displayed. So this is not displayed from a table. Basically it is displaying what we have inserted. And now if you query this table again, then you can see two records, one DEP1 and two DEP2, right? So in this way, you can actually insert a record, okay, a single record. Now you can always insert a multiple records as well. Okay. Again, the statement remains the same. Insert into table name, then the column names, and then a value clause. But after value clause, right, you can specify the values within the brackets, and then each set is comma separated. So basically here I am actually inserting 3, 4 and 5, three records, 3 DP3, 4 DP4 and 5 DP5. Okay, so the results, sorry, not result set, the record set should be separated by comma, and each record set should be in a parenthesis. Okay, and now you can see here we had done returning star, so it was actually showing us what was inserted, the whole record of the table. But in this case, I'm just specifying DEPT ID. So in this case, it will only show me what DEPT ID got inserted into the table, right? So let us execute this command. And yes, you can see DPT ID, right? 3, 4, and 5. So like now three records got inserted simultaneously, right? Uh, so let us execute this command. And now you can see there are five records, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this way you can insert a single record. In this way you can insert a multiple record. Okay. So let us see how it goes with designation. So I am inserting this single record into my designation table. Here returning designation. Now you can actually provide an alias to the column name which is being shown. So here I'm actually showing that only designation ID should be written, but I want this to be PG designation ID. It should be shown like this. So if I execute this, you can see PG designation ID and record 2 is inserted. And here I'm returning designation name. Okay, so you can see designation 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let me insert the value into PG employee. In PG employee, I'm not inserting any single record. I'm inserting 5 records at a time. Okay, and when I execute this records, you can see here inserted 0, 5. Okay, so select star from PG employee. If we execute or query this table, then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records are inserted. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have inserted records in all the three tables. So if I write a simple single query to get the data from all these tables with the help of joins, right? Then you can see here, we are getting this result set. These are the record from employee. This is from department and designation. So employee 1, department 1, designation 1, employee 2, department 2, designation 2, and so on. Okay. So this way you can insert a record into a table. Okay, now let us see how update works. Okay, so if you want to update, now we have these 5 records here. If you want to update any of the record, right, the command says update, then a table name, and then you need to use a set command, and then you need to use an employee name. This is the column name, and the value which want you want to change. So here what I'm doing, for record ID 1, and then a filter or a where condition, because if you don't provide a where condition, then it would set employee 1 for all the records. So I'm saying we are specifying that only record whose employee ID is equal to 1, the name of the employee name should be changed to EMP11. So currently for record 1, the name is EMP1, and when I execute this command, it would be converted to EMP11. Okay, so now we can see here also returning was, so it will show you how many records got actually updated. So let me first select star from PG employee. Let me write this. Okay, I am executing this command, and you can see it has written the all values. So employee ID 1 is as it is, department 1 ID as it is, but employee name is converted to employee EMP11. Okay, so now if I query this table, you can see employee 1 is EMP11. Okay, instead of EMP1, it is EMP11. Similarly, you can use each and every where condition. We have already seen how to filter the record with the select statement. The same where condition you can use everywhere. So here, actually, I am using this like operator. So wherever my employee name is 1, it will change the department ID is equal to 2. Right. So here you can see for my employee name, only one record is having this 1. So for department ID, this would be changed to 2. So let us fire this query, and then let us check whether it has been converted or not. Yes, you can see for employee 1 was earlier the department ID was 1, now it has been changed to 2. Okay. If you don't, as I told you, right, if you don't specify the what you can say where clause, then it would update the record, all the records in that table for that column in the values clause, whatever has been specified. Okay, now let us see delete command. What is delete command? Okay, delete again. So here in while inserting we said insert into table name, while updating we said update table name and then set clause. And with the delete is much simple. It only says that delete from and then a table name and then specify your where condition. So here I am using one more operator, where condition operator, called as an in. Okay, so delete from table name where my employee ID in 1 and 6. So basically the employee ID whose value is 1 and 6 would get deleted. But you can see here there is no 6, so only 1 would get deleted. So when I execute this command, you can see query returned successfully in 151 seconds. So let us see what has been deleted. Select star from PG employee, sorry, employee. Okay. So now you can see 2, 3, 4, and 5 remains. Okay. So this way you can delete. You can use any where condition, any valid where condition to delete a record into an table. Just as a caution, right guys, whenever you are writing a delete statement or an update statement, okay, don't, you know, as a best practice, when you are doing this manually, then don't use such statement. Delete from PG employee where emp id in 1 and 6. Okay, this has this has an basically, you can see, potential to update the wrong record. So for example, if you would select both these statement, then it's okay. But if you forget to actually select this where condition, and if you just select this and if you execute this command, then believe me, all the records would be deleted from the table. So it is always a good practice that when you are doing a manually, right, you always use this where clause at the same line, so that when you actually select the whole line, your where condition would get also selected. Okay, now let us come back to upset statement. Okay, so what is an upset? So upset, so as I told you, that upset is nothing but it actually behaves like an insert and update. So the statements goes like that, that insert first of all, let us see what statement I'm writing. Insert into PG employee, employee ID, department ID, designation ID, and employee name, and values 222, and then new employee. On conflict, this is very important with the upsert statement, that you need to specify the on conflict uh, clause. Sorry, which means what? That if you are, whenever you are putting a value into a table, right? So, and we are specifying on conflict column name as an employee ID. So if it will find employee ID as a duplicate value, okay, then what you need to specify do on conflict. So which means what? We already have value 2 in employee ID. On conflict employee ID do updates set employee ID is equal to 6. So here I'm what I'm saying, that okay, I'm inserting this record, but if at all I find the record employee ID 2 already present, then instead of putting employee ID as a 2, put, convert that employee ID as a 6. So let us select all this and execute this. Record inserted, one record inserted, and now if I actually execute this command, then you can see basically we inserted 222 new employee. Okay, but we had done a conflict only for employee ID 6, but already it was there, right? So it basically didn't inserted a new value, right? Instead what it done is that employee ID 2, wherever it was present, it actually updated the value to 6 and new record didn't got inserted, right? So this is called an upsert command, that whenever you have the value for the column you are specifying, right, then you can specify what you want to do. Okay, basically, so that instead of us insert, you can do an update. Instead of insert or update, you can do a delete as well. Okay, so this was an upset command. Okay, so hope guys you have understood what how to insert, how to update, how to delete, and how upset works in an Postgres SQL server. Okay, watch this video, also do some more exercise, so that you understand how to use these clauses, or how to use insert, update, and delete command to insert or update or delete a records in a table. So hope you understood this. As usual, don't forget to press a like button and subscribe my channel. See you with the next good topic in my next session. Till then, bye and take care.